They basically get told on a FaceTime by Duty Low they got Quando Rondo's location, and the whole reason they've been flown out there is to kill him. They're going to trick him and say that somebody's going to come and deliver him some weed at his hotel, and they're going to kill him outside his hotel. But what was crazy is after that, okay, Didi got on FaceTime apparently with Lil Durk in the Sprinter bus, and apparently showed Lil Durk the hitters on FaceTime. Apparently Didi turned his phone to show Durk all of the hitters and said, yeah, you see the Navy SEALs.
See, let me be honest with y'all. Help! When you start hearing details like this in the story,
yeah, it's too true.
That just start sounding more and more believable, boy. I swear to God it do. Listen, y'all, YouTube and Meta might owe you up to $1,000 if you or your child grew up on social media. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experience serious mental health issues, you should hear this. Recently, a jury just ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They know that their apps can cause anxiety, depression, or body image issues, but they never shared those risks with us. They never made us sign anything that we knew the risk. They just maximized their profits. And the recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. But you better not worry. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm that they have caused. Click the link in my bio to take a very short questionnaire quiz, because you might be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000.
Over $1,000.
Now, regardless of if this is valid, if you think this is valid evidence or not, I want you to get in the comment section and be honest with me, be honest with yourself, okay? Do you think they lying about any of this shit?
No.
Because I don't. So it's kind of like, you know, like what am I really supposed to say here, man? You know, what am I supposed to say here? Do I think these conversations happen? Yes. Do I think Durk was in on it? Yes. Do I think Durk knew better than to tell them, hey, don't call my phone while y'all doing all that. Don't call my phone right now. Like, do I believe all that shit?
Right, and then Jam basically gave testimony. They said, like, what was your understanding of what he meant? He was saying Navy SEALs, they're guys that go on missions, they're guys that go and kill people. He said that he turned the phone so that Lil Durk could see OTF Jam, and Durk basically told Jam, yeah, go crazy, and Jam slammed the rakes, he threw GDK, and then basically, like, you know,
that's crazy,
threw up the GD sign. He let the court know what that was.
The circumstance that Lil Durk is currently dealing with is eerily similar to Aaron Hernandez's second murder trial for the double homicide. Aaron Hernandez, a rising NFL star, got found guilty of one murder of one of his homies, his close friends, who found out that Aaron Hernandez was a homosexual, so Aaron killed him to stop this.
Whoa! That's the story. I know the nigga went to prison for murder.
These niggas tripping for real. I
That's
ain't
the
gonna blame
story?
a nigga though.
What the
secret
fuck?
from coming out. He was found guilty of that murder. But apparently he already killed two people before he killed his friend. Those murders was just a secret. The murder actually got discovered when they were investigating the murder of his friend, because they found a vehicle like at his home, like that he was hiding, that was actually connected to a double homicide. Now, this friend of his, Bradley, was with
They be dumb, twin. Criminals be dumb nowadays.
Aaron the night that he killed two people. They were at the club chilling. He got into an altercation with two dudes.
Bro.
The dudes left. They were driving home. Aaron Hernandez pulled up on the side of him and shot through his car and ended up killing two people.
That's insane.
However, the homicide went unsolved because nobody was really speaking. And the only person
nigga went to play in the NFL game the next day. Lord have mercy.
who witnessed it was this guy right here.
Crazy,
Right.
So this guy came to trial to testify against Aaron Hernandez during his second murder trial. Now, here's the thing. The prosecutors and their entire prosecution of Aaron Hernandez was based on the credibility of this guy right here. Now, the reason why he was incentivized to testify against Aaron Hernandez was because a year later, after he killed two people in 2013, Aaron actually shot this dude in his face.
Holy shit.
Because
That's
Aaron
what's wrong with
felt
his
paranoid that this guy was gonna like rat him out or dime on him, right? Because they had some type of altercation or argument at a nightclub, and Aaron just felt like their relationship was getting too volatile, and this dude will ultimately snitch on him. So Aaron shot him and tried to kill him, but he survived. Now he was in prison
Now he really
for something completely unrelated. when Aaron went on trial for
Bro,
his homicide.
why don't I know that story?
So-
don't none of this shit make sense. It's like niggas killing people because of what they think is gonna happen. That shit is crazy.
I'm flustered over here.
Came to trial, and his job was to convince the jury that he's credible.
Right.
Aaron Hernandez's
That junk is
attorneys did a
crazy.
brilliant
Whoever
job
gave
at
me that
discrediting this
angry
dude, making him sound bitter, making him sound like a liar, completely discredited him.
And they still
And even
lost.
though Aaron Hernandez possibly killed those two people, he was found not guilty.
Oh, really?
He was already a convicted murderer, went on trial for killing two people, and got found not guilty because the eyewitness was not credible. So in this particular case, Brian Steele's job, Drew Finley, their job is to make sure that OTF Jam and OTF Vonnie don't come across as credible. So far, it's not working, bro.
Nah, for real.
All right. Jam sounds hella credible in court.
Yeah.
From everybody who's listening, he sound hella credible.
So when OTF Jam took the stand, he made it very clear. He pointed at Dirk, he pointed at Dee Dee, he pointed at Lindsay. He said they was all in on the murder and the conspiracy. They're mad. They're big mad. They're so mad that Jam took the stand and is cooking Lil Durk. Durk got cooked by Jam. It was such a bad day. People out here trying to act tough like that's something, okay? But it ain't gonna do nothing. It's not gonna help Durk.
What the fuck? So why? This is what I'm saying. Like niggas just be, he record, niggas be clowned out.
Yeah,
so you're mad. I guess you're mad at him because he's telling the truth. That's what I've been saying this about all the Trap Lord Ross slander, bro.
He's not against it when he ain't got it.
Trap Lord Ross ain't being biased. Y'all are just biased towards Dirk. Y'all are biased on Dirk's side, and y'all want him to be biased with y'all. So y'all calling him biased for telling the truth. That's what's going on.
And the conspiracy, they're mad. They're big mad. They're so.
Who is? Why do he look familiar?
Jam took the stand and is cooking Lil Durk. Durk got cooked by Jam. It was such a bad day. People out here trying to act tough like that's something, okay? But it ain't gonna do nothing. It's not gonna help Durk.
He in their face begging them to do something, gang. They pressing him. The people that he recording is pressing him to, and these are Lil Durk's homies. And they letting this little nigga talk like that, but they supposed to be the biggest baddest gangster. It's like, bro, why even do this, bro? If he already fighting Rico, yeah, the smartest thing to do is go send some niggas to press him.
It ain't gonna help Jam. It ain't gonna stop Jam. Dirk literally got pointed out. He looked so disappointed. He looked heartbroken. There were moments where Jam was sort of like, looked like he was low key, like chuckling a little bit, or like they was playing that video of Dee Dee basically where he admitted to being the murder man, and Jam just shook his head and laughed. You thinking you guys cooked yourselves? You talking about I'm the snitch? You guys cooked yourselves. They played back again in the court. I'm not gonna lie. All of these folks out here that say that they love Dirk, love Von, they don't love Von as much as I do. I was bopping along to Back Again. It was hard, but unfortunately there was true facts behind those songs, and Dirk got pointed out by Jam.
And that's what niggas need to stop ignoring. Stop ignoring that. Stop ignoring the fact that these people was really killing people in real life and rapping about it.
Yeah, they really doing it. This ain't just no rap video.
Stop ignoring that. Because you want to blame the white dude from fucking from London.
He making videos on stuff that y'all.
Stop ignoring the fact that they on Instagram Live calling themselves the murder man 2 months after they killed the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Stop acting like that's not. Stop acting like that didn't happen.
It's apparently one of the biggest demons out here. He claimed that he murdered 3 people for the BDs there's a third murder that we don't know about yet that we're going to probably find out about.
But
Jam said that he got blessed into the BDs when he was just 9 years old. Okay, it's crazy.
He didn't get blessed. He didn't get blessed. He got finessed by some older dudes that was finessing him because he was 9 years old and it was easy to trick his mind. And then you fast forward 20, 30 years later, and he in a damn murder trial.
Yeah,
it's not a blessing. And I blame a lot of people for a lot of people that be in the streets, bro. I be blaming older people.
That is a curse, gang. I repeat, that is a curse, chat. Don't think that you getting blessed in a gang is any type of.
He's behind this. He's the mastermind. Don't let him fool you guys. He's the one who told us to do this.
Right.
But here's the part that I think is the most damning. Okay. Well, OTF Jam testified and he poked the hole in Lil Durk's defense. The greatest defense that Lil Durk has is, I'm on trial for murder for hire, but y'all can't tell me what I paid them. How can I be on trial for murder for hire and you guys don't really have the compensation package? What's the murder package, man? Right? Like what they got?
Yeah, well, bro, snitched on them.
$100,000, $500,000, $1 million. What did they get? Well, OTF Jam will confess, yeah, he never paid us. He promised us,
Right.
He kept on.
I told y'all that. Cause y'all motherfuckers keep acting like, oh yeah, y'all gotta have some type of proof that you got paid. No, you don't. No, you don't. If a wife pays a man to kill her husband and he goes to kill the husband and then he don't pay the hitman and the police find out, she's still going to jail. What you think she gonna avoid the murder charge because she didn't pay him? Like, that ain't how that works.
You know, promising, hey yo, the money gonna hit.
If that was the case, Young Dolph and them killers wouldn't have got arrested.
The money gonna hit. The money gonna hit. But the money never hit entirely. However, while promising us the big lump sum payment, he was still feeding us money and giving us opportunities because of this murder, which plays into what the prosecutor has been saying, which is Lil Durk gave him music opportunities. Lil Durk gave him certain opportunities based on their role in this murder.
Sounds believable.
One of the opportunities OTF Jam said was Lil Durk put him in a music video and gave him $10,000.
Be on songs with killers.
OTF Jam will state that he wouldn't have been in that music video if he hadn't committed a murder. That his role in that music video and the opportunity he got was directly correlated to him committing that murder on behalf of Lil Durk. So now they are establishing through Jam the murder for hire.
And we were brought back. He did say he said there was payment. It was afterwards, and he testified there was discussion about payment after the murder was committed. He also testified to being in a music video called Federal Freestyle, where he was paid $10,000.
That's a crazy. That's a crazy title, bro.
Dollars to be in that music video. And he had never been in a music video, never been on an album before. And the prosecution asked him, do you think you would have been able to be in that video if you weren't a part of this shooting? And he said no, and he even testified he didn't think he would have ever been around. He would have been alive, essentially. But back to the music video, it seemed to be implied that this music video may have been the payment, the way of paying him for the shooting, the alleged murder to hire.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You can make that part of
you can make that money back off of YouTube.
I'm gonna fucking make anything up. Yeah, he put me in a music video. He put me on a song. He promised me that he would give me a song. He promised me he'd buy me a Buzz Down AP, but he never bought it. He bought Bust Down Rolly Avalanche
to play.
That's so demoralizing because in the beginning of this case, even in the opening statement, Lil Durk's attorneys was banging their hand on, if it's a murder for hire, then how much they got paid? That's what they were banging. How much they got paid? Because they thought, well, the prosecutors haven't listed a figure yet, so how can it be a murder for hire?
They didn't think that.
Jam just demoralized that argument. Now,
Now,
apparently Jam did give a figure. He said $500,000 to $1 million was the supposed. That's how much they were supposed to get paid. I could have told Jam and every shooter involved that y'all was getting finessed. If you thought Lil Durk was gonna pay out $1 million for Quando Rondo's cousin getting killed, y'all are out of your mind. That was never gonna happen.
That wasn't gonna happen. I ain't gonna lie. He right.
But however, Lil Durk paid in other ways.
Hit his ass with that. What? Hit his ass with that barely.
Musical opportunities, money here and there. He just kept on delaying and kicking the can down the road for the $1 million a piece, and that never came. Right, so now OTF Jam is here, but here's the mistake that I do believe OTF Jam made, and where I do believe he gave Lil Durk some action.
Okay.
See, OTF Jam started off his testimony amazing and great, which was, "Hey, I killed 3 people. I'm a murderer. I did this. I did this." He was honest and transparent, and as somebody like honestly, if you're listening to that, you believe him,
right?
Because he's being open and transparent. But then OTF Jam started to cap and lie. See,
so then gonna make it
he don't really. His job is to be as credible as possible.
Yeah,
even if that makes yourself look crazy.
Right.
See, OTF Jam began to cap and lie. We knew, but we all knew Jam's motivation was the money. We knew Jam motivation was the money, and Jam is turning on Lil Durk because Jam don't want to go to jail for a long time.
Yeah, Jam just don't want to go to jail. You feel me? Lil Durk want to pay people to go to jail. And Jam say he ain't doing
That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
Jam decided to deviate from that. He decided he was going to try to lie to make himself look good. Now, all of a sudden, Jam, the career... wanted to get it off his chest because it was weighing on him. Said he felt Lil Pop was innocent and Durk was...
Wait. Let me start over. So it says, Jam said they were going to kill Rondo in the vape store, but they were scared security would lock the doors and trap him inside. Trapped them inside after the hit.
Handwritten note to FBI.
Jam said he snitched because he wanted to get it off his chest because it was weighing on him. Okay, so that's what we
that little handwritten note, chat. He tried to write a handwritten note so that they couldn't have proof of him telling, and look, it still came out. The police ain't your friend, twin. They're not gonna make you not look like a snitch.
Him on the hit with people he didn't know. Specifically said Vonnie was a goofy and he was mad to be involved with him. A jury can spot out this is BS. A jury can spot out that a convicted killer isn't like all of a sudden guilty or feels guilty over somebody losing their life. No, clearly you're doing this for money. And because you're telling this lie, it now takes away from your credibility.
I don't think that's a lie. I think that's being misinterpreted. I don't think that's necessarily...
I feel like it's misunderstood and he ain't said it in the right way.
Taking away from his credibility either. Because he's not saying he felt bad for killing somebody. He said he felt bad for killing Lil Pab, who was innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you a killer don't mean you're not gonna feel bad for killing somebody that you didn't mean to kill. I can imagine that. You know, if I feel like if they would have went and got Quando, I don't think he probably wouldn't feel bad. So I don't.
He definitely is feeling bad for killing an innocent person though, twin. Like I don't know what you trying to say, and I kind of got confused as you trying to say it, folks. But folks definitely is like, I don't think folks feel bad, but then he could feel bad, but then it kind of does take away his credibility, because why are you going to lie for no reason? You feel me? If you'll lie about this, you'll lie about something else. You feel me?
I think that's necessarily him, like, I don't think that's fucking up his credibility at all. I don't.
I think this was bad. To the FBI, the moment he got arrested, saying he knows about murders and he's ready to tell.
He wrote a note.
This man is, this is one of the greatest rats we've ever seen in hip hop history. This is crazy. This is like a movie. There's going to be a movie written about this at some point.
Yes,
all right. So OTF Jam also says that the Lil Pop hit was Durk's being selfish. It was Durk's selfish BS. He will say, I didn't know Von. I was mad at Durk for putting me in that situation. So, again, him not knowing King Von also plays into Lil Durk sent me on his hit. This was clearly murder for hire, because what other motivations would I have for going on this drill and sliding on Quando Rondo and Lil Pop? I didn't know King Von. Why would I want to avenge King Von's death? So that also plays into the murder for hire.
For sure.
Now, this is where Brian Steele and OTF Jam began going back and forth. Here is the cross-examination. Again, I don't think the cross-examination was hard enough, to be honest. So Brian Steele starts going hard at OTF Jam. He played a recording of OTF Jam being interviewed, saying he was never told by Durk there was a bounty on Quando and Tim. Now he asks why he lied, and OTF Jam says there's more to it than that. Still clap back. Like, there's always more.
Bro, if you never would have dropped bounties and all types of junk
with you, that's a good look for Brian Steele. I feel like Brian Steele won that back and forth. Brian Steele caught OTF Jam in multiple lies. He changed his testimony to say it was Diddy who said go crazy when Durk put him on FaceTime with the hitters on the Sprinter to LA. Similarly, now he claims that Lil Durk said nothing. He just slammed the rakes and nothing said. It would make no sense for like OTF Jam to be engaged in this back and forth with Lil Durk and saying nothing. Now, Brian Steele will also drop a bomb on OTF Jam. Brian Steele said, how come you acted blindsided by Booney Mo calling you saying you're going to LA when you tried to call him twice before? So OTF Jam is claiming that he didn't even know how to book a flight. He had no idea why they were going to LA. He had no idea they were going to LA. He just told him going to LA and he hopped out and went, which I also think is a strange lie for OTF Jam to tell. Because obviously you went to LA because you knew what the mission was. But he's saying, I was completely oblivious. I found out when I got to LA, and by that time it was too late. Come on, bro. All right. So Brian Steele apparently shocked the court. He revealed that other random people had DM OTF Jam with Quando's address long before the LA trip. I don't think that was like the slammer that Brian Steele thought it was, because
it wasn't.
From my perspective, if other people is DMing OTF Jam Quando Rondo's address in the last couple of years,
I'm trying to get to this tweet because wifey got the food ready, nigga.
This was objected to. Then Brian still asked why OTF Jam ran to the car after the hit. Jam said, obviously, I wouldn't just stand there. No one would. Brian still said most people wouldn't kill someone. Said, this is what you do, Mr. Minister. You're different. Again, this is where I say your OTF Jam is like cold as ice. Like the coldest rap we've ever seen.
Yeah, he don't give a
OTF
fuck.
Jam smiled after Brian still said that. He pointed at OTF Didi and said, oh, I'm different for sure. And Didi a minister too. Man, bruh. Again, I just don't think that
What do you
Brian still
say?
did enough, man.
Yeah, Brian still.
It's not looking good for Dirk,
shit,
y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you got?
Let me see what the comments talking
Penny
about.
Chat Penny. My fault.
OTF Jam
Hungry
thought
Phil.
he went to LA to rap. I don't know. Maybe I feel like it's a small possibility that they knew they was going to LA for like something, but they didn't really know what it was.
Yeah.
I could see that as being possible. I've been saying over and over, Brian still not dealing with Lil Woody and Two Thoughts. He dealing with someone who really care about his free. Nah, for real. OTF Jam is not Lil Woody. OTF Jam trying to get the fuck up out that motherfucker.
Yeah.
OTF Jam don't give a
OTF
fuck.
Jam is not Woody. OTF Jam trying to get out that jail.
I ain't gonna cap.
He ain't going for that.
I ain't gonna cap. OTF Jam do not give a fladoozy, nigga. Do your homework. I hope Dirk come home. Why? So you can keep